this man and so do millions of others. Mike Myers, the man behind legendary characters like Austin Powers and Dr. Evil and Wayne Campbell, has done it again with his latest. It's called The Love Guru. Take a look.
I just came by to say hello and goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I spoke with your wife, Prudence. She broke it off with Grande, and now she wants you back.
Seriously?
Sure, you don't need me. Go back to what you're doing. Yes! There is one other thing. I lied. Prudence is still with Jacques Grande, and he still has the biggest wiener in hockey. Ooh, ow.
Ooh, ow! Please welcome Mike Myers.
Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you as ever. This is going to take a second, guys. Bear with me. Good to see you. How are you? You're new. Yes. Congratulations. How are you? Good to see you. I will sit here. Yes. Good night, everybody.
So, listen, it's the real you without the beard and the thing and the face and the disguises and so on and so on. It's the real you.
And it's terrifying. I have so many self-image problems.
Oh, you do still? Yeah.
Can we talk about those today?
Do you want to talk about all of them? Or we only have an hour program.
Then no, there's not enough time, really. Not enough time.
So, shall we talk about the Love Guru instead, as long as
yes,
you're here?
please,
okay.
yes.
So now I'm going to be serious. Okay. Because you began to think about this in 1991 when your father died, and I know that was a very, very painful time. Okay. So you were working on Austin Powers, and you were working at the same time on this.
Well, my father died in 1991. He had Alzheimer's, and proportionate to how well my career was going was how much his health was deteriorating. And the one guy I wanted to see all of my success, because my dad was a Liverpudlian, you know.
Oh, really? Like the Beatles?
Like the Beatles, he talked like that, you know, great. And he loved comedy, and I wanted him to see it, and he just got sicker and sicker. Oh. And two things emerged. One was Austin Powers, which was a tribute to all of the British comedy that he loved, and the other was the Guru Pitka. And I just started into the character, the Guru Pitka, who is the character in The Love Guru. Yes. And I was bummed out. I couldn't believe that this was happening. I started to read. And as I read stuff, my friends would say, well, what are you reading? And I would say, some books on spirituality and philosophy, and I would say, the only way out is in. And I would say, intimacy is into me I see. And my friends were like, I'm depressed, can you call me with the voice? So I'd say, you're a beautiful spirit, and the world loves you. And they said, thank you, I feel a lot better. So this is all from the reading that I was doing to overcome my father's death. And then in 1994, I did 5 characters. First time I did Austin Powers, and the first time I did the Guru Pitka. So it's an idea that's been circling the airport for a long time. So whereas I loved being with my father, he's kind of the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. As part of this, you became friendly with Deepak Chopra.
Yes, I did.
So are there, I'm serious now, I'm not fooling around. Are there specific things that you learned from him in your own spiritual quest that you can share with us? I mean, are there 2 or 3 things that you learned that changed your life?
Well, yeah. I mean, you know, this is a very silly film because I feel that silly is the best delivery system for meaningful ideas.
Absolutely.
I love silly. My father was silly, which was the beginning of the spiritual quest. But there's different things. Like when you're in a relationship, you have to love yourself before you can love someone else. Right on. Because all you're doing is adding another person to love. Yes.
So true.
Do I love myself? Yes, of course, unlike every human being, I have intermittent moments of self-loathing, but yes, I do love myself.
There's a difference between loving yourself and being in love with yourself.
Oh, I'm so far from in love with myself. Right now, I'm more of a nodding acquaintance with myself. It's sort of, I see myself in the mirror and go, hey, we live in the same building. But But the other thing too is boundaries. You know, they say that fences make the best neighbors, and what you want to do is you want to put a boundary around the dark aspects of you, or that's okay, we can touch hands. You want to put a boundary, a polite boundary around the dark parts of your soul, and you want to celebrate the light. And if you can be with somebody who sees you as a gift, that's great. And if you can see the person you're with as a gift, and intimacy is into me, I see. And that's exclusive knowledge, and that's the joy of when you're first with somebody, it's knowledge without love, and that's the wonder that is me phase of a relationship. Then when you get to know them, there's knowledge without love.
Yes.
And then ultimately where you want to be is love with knowledge. And these are the things that Deepak talked about. I hadn't really thought about them. I tend to watch hockey in the military channel. And I'm, you know,
Deepak can be very silly, too. I've seen him. He starts giggling like the Dalai Lama. They giggle.
He is the silliest person I've ever met with the most serious message. And I was taken to one of his seminars, and I was like, really? An hour? I don't know if I can do it. He came out, he was hilarious, start to finish. At the end of it, I was like, whoa, this guy's hilarious. And I was in, because to be enlightened is to lighten up. And that's what my dad's philosophy was.
Very good. I like that.
Yeah. Mike, I am such a fan of Fat Bastard.
Yes.
And you've created some of the most bizarre characters. You have Fat Bastard, Guru Pitka, Austin Powers, Dr. Evil. How do you come up with the look of these characters?
I take my silly very seriously. I create and I write the things that I do. That's the thing that people are always shocked. I rewrite. I work. My parents.
You do.
I'm serious about my silly. My parents were relentlessly self-improving, working-class people. I worked very, very hard. They believed it was possible. My parents were the type of parents who were like, why would you want to be an architect? Why don't you have a real job and be an actor? And which is awesome. Yeah, unbelievable.
Like
I'm the only actor friend, like amongst my friends, who didn't have the really actor. My dad was like, be a comedian, it's great.
It's great.
Why would you do anything else? It's crazy.
But, you know, as much as we love, you know, this new film,
Yes.
The Love Guru,
Thank you.
People want to know, are you going to do another Austin Powers? Will there be another Shrek?
I would love to do both Shrek and
It's up
Austin
to you.
Powers.
You write it.
Well, I don't write the
No,
Shrek.
but you write Austin
The
Powers.
Shreks. I write Austin Powers. It really takes a long time. Every time I come out with a movie, people go, where have you been?
Yeah.
Or that's what they say in Canada. In America, they say, where have you been? And if they're Canadian, I say sorry. But if they're American, I say sorry. We're separated by a common language, I think you'll find.
Sometimes. Can I ask a very fast question?
You're gonna do another
Musical
one?
ever going to happen? Are you
Well,
gonna
I
do the
just saw.
musical?
Did you guys see the PBS fund drive here? The KCET had a fund drive, and they had an all singing, all dancing thing, and I was like, wow, musicals. And by the end of it, I was like, gotta dance. I was like, when can I do it, man? Gene Kelly's a genius. I was like, this is exactly what I want to do. And I ended up, that's one I've done. There's tons of dancing and singing in The Love Guru. I sing more than words, 9 to 5.
Yes or no on Austin Powers? I didn't get an answer.
I have to write it. It takes a long time. I wish the fairies could come at Christmas and go, here's your script.
Have you started writing? No?
I have ideas. I have about 10 to 20 ideas that circle the airport, and I'm always marveling at what lands, you know what I mean?
Well,
but I would love to.
We marvel at you, and therefore we'd like you to stay with us.
I will stay here.
Stay here, because we're going to be right
Not moving.
back with his co-stars of The Love Guru. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'm a smoker. I get my love